join us in doing it. You can put posters and notices up around your neighborhood or your school like these, and help discuss what they should say, and so forth. You can invite a PDR Boston member to speak anywhere that you can think of. We say here your church, your friends, your other, class. Come to a class and talk about it. Why not? I mentioned translation. You can attend meetings of your community's local assembly of egalitarians. Now, this is such a meeting, except that we invited the public to this. So the meetings that are just meetings are open just to people who support egalitarianism, which means equality, no rich and no poor, and mutual aid. So if someone comes up and says, I think that we should have Bill Gates run everything and so forth, he would not be welcome. You can tell people in other parts of the country that about what PDR Boston is doing. You can encourage them to collect signatures for this, I believe, and help build egalitarian revolutionary movement in their community. You can donate or help raise money, and there's probably other things you can think of. So those are individual things. This is sort of makes the same point. It's just not a form to fill out. It's just a Q&A pamphlet. In terms of Jamaica Plain, in terms of people more generally, I think that what we want to do is we want to learn how ourselves and join with other people so that other people also learn how to talk about the things that people care about in a way that relates it to the need and the possibility of egalitarian revolution. So this talk tonight is an example of that. People care about gentrification. But as I said, no one is talking about changing society to eliminate the problem of gentrification. Why not? Well, people aren't, all the reasons I said in my talk, but it takes practice doing that. And people have to learn and help each other to learn how to do it. And it takes overcoming it takes a little courage, to say to a stranger, I think what we need is an egalitarian revolution, right? And, but we need people to get used to doing that, because that's the way you build a movement. And so I'd like to get lots of people in Jamaica Plain doing that, maybe doing things where they come and see each other and learn that they're not alone. Maybe we'll have a demonstration or a rally or something with more people. And then when more people in Jamaica Plain are doing that, then the issue is spreading it to Roslindale, to West Roxbury, to so forth. Like you sort of helped do that already,
I haven't gotten any. There's nobody else I've gotten who signed it who's going to go out and make their own effort at this point. But
yeah, I know. You got 12 signatures, and I ran into one of those women just by chance at the city hall.
Oh, Adrian Duramus. Yeah, I know. What a coincidence. Small world.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
City Hall. That was amazing.
So when we get enough people in Jamaica, I'm trying to do this in where I live in Brighton. It's not quite as advanced, but I've got a place where every month I put signs up, inviting people to come talk and so forth. So it's we want to spread it and grow it. Now I don't know if it's going to take a year or 100 years, and that's not the point. I mean, yeah, sure, the faster the better, but as they say, when's the time to plant a tree, right? Yesterday, right? I mean, you plant a tree
20 years ago, and then
for your 20 years ago for your grandkids, right?
The next best time today.
And to me, and I think to most people, if people feel that what they're doing is helping something grow that will make a better world in the future, then just the fact that they're helping it grow is what gives you a sense of accomplishment that makes the effort worth the while. So, I don't know, have I answered your question? A little bit?
I brought this along today. just got this in the mail yesterday from Vegan Outreach. It's, never mind, there's nobody out there. Vegan Outreach is a group that leaflets colleges around the country, and they've been around for almost 20 years now. And it says here that since their founding in '93, they've given out 24 million booklets. And you know, they only approach college people. That's, I want to look at it. Hold on to it if you'd like to see what, you know, it's just a rah little newsletter for them. But they do it strictly on donations. People donate just for booklets. And these people, colleges hand them out for free. And some of them, you know, make the top 50 list in the country. Some of them handed out thousands and thousands and tens of thousands over the years, you know, and they meet people and they can convince them to go vegan. It's all about being vegan, and you know, for animal rights and for healthy living. And they've had a lot of success, and they found that, you know, a certain percentage of people in college read them and take them and look at it and change your ways and change your eating. And they're much more likely at that age.
Yeah, my son went to Hampshire College, and he's been out. It's been about, it's been 10 years. How? Anyway, about 8 years or more ago, and I think more than half the students were vegan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, some of them stay with it. You know, some of it sticks, and it is growing. The percent of society that's vegan now, you know, is slowly creeping up 1% or 2% at a time.
Vegan actually was considered to be wimpy. Raw food was the really dedicated diet, you know.
But I mean, now there's like Olympians and there's Ironman triathlon.
So what is the significance of this? Do you think?
The significance of this is that for promoting the movement, you know, they've had a lot of luck on colleges and.
Well, it just so happens that there's a college student right here.
Are you? Yeah, your local college.
Just observing, but yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a very well-known college, but where was it? Harvard, you said?
Yeah. Oh yeah. On the other side.
Yeah, it's on the other side of the water.
So your point is that we need to get a presence on college campuses, right?
I think, you know, that because younger people are more,
Now,
two things, and you can correct me, I guess you have more, is that, for one, they're more open to different ideas in general, and they're not bogged down and conditioned so much at this point, you know, like we tend to be later in life. They don't have as many obligations with kids, family, and so on to tie up their time. And that's huge, having time
did
and
you
connection.
See, you're on the email list, so I'm asking if you saw Carla and I decided we didn't get a time.
I saw you talking about it, yeah.
But to go to Tufts, because she lives near Tufts.
Great start, since she knows the campus.
And you know, it's a funny thing about Harvard, Anna, right? In the 60s, you could go on a college campus and pass out leaflets, an eyelash.
They get permits.
On some campuses,
Really?
including Harvard.
Well, you know, maybe not if you're a student, but if you're like an outside group.
No,
you see
even if you're a
outside groups
student,
at
I
Harvard?
think.
There are a lot of tourists, so probably yes.
Oh, and do they ever hand out literature? Oh.
You need to get permission at Harvard
You do? Oh, you definitely do?
to distribute
I think
literature.
Northeastern is the same thing, because we were talking about that at
Yeah.
church about some other issue.
Yeah, I had a battle with Harvard, which I won, to get permission to pass out literature
Did you get it?
about Palestine and so forth. And the only way that I won, actually it's all online, it's very funny. The Dean of Academic Affairs at the Harvard School of Public Health, where I worked, said, no, you can't pass out a leaflet. I said, why not? He said, there's not enough room in the building to pass out a leaflet, which is ridiculous. It's a huge building, right? So then I said, well, can I put the leaflet in the faculty mailboxes, the little boxes that there's a bank of them? He said, no. I said, why not? He says, because it's not related to the mission of the School of Public Health. And then I quoted what's engraved in 6 languages on the outside granite walls of the building and show that it was directly related to that. I could provide details if you want, but and he said, no, you can't. So then so it was Thanksgiving vacation was approaching. On the Sunday at the end of Thanksgiving vacation, I emailed him and I said, Dear Dean Ware, just to let you know, a number of people and myself will be handing the leaflet out on public property at points around the building so that everyone coming into the building will get it, and that the leaflet will have at the bottom a note explaining that you barred distribution of this leaflet on Harvard University property. I get an email back. Dear John, the royal we think the issue you were raising, and this is criticizing Zionism, is very important for this Harvard community, and we would like to offer you a table to have your literature at the entrance of the Kresge, the main building. And I said, thank you very much, but there's 2 entrances, and we'd like it for two. And he said, fine, both entrances. And I said, thank you, but we'd like to do it for 2 days, not 1 day. Fine, 2 days. And then I said, and by the way, the leaflets have already been printed, 3,000, at a cost of $262 or something.
He paid for the reprinting?
And I said, we could put a note on the table explaining that you changed your mind, or we could reprint them if you would like to pay to reprint them. What is your pleasure? We'll pay. I got a check for $262 to reprint the 3,000 copies. 2 days, 2 entrances, so forth, right? So that's what it took to
Now you know his weekly.
Harvard.
Wow. Well, Zionism, that was the big thing that in Northeastern that I was involved in a discussion about.
Mhm.
One friend of mine is a professor there, and he had students who were going to come and speak, for both sides, and they shut the whole lecture hall down. They wouldn't let them talk.
Yeah,
It was a big
yeah.
old
So I don't know if every university is so strict, but I know Harvard.
Well, the Zionism thing is a
Harvard's
big
in that
issue.
in particular, yeah. But I would be happy to make a plan with you and Anna. I mean, if you're interested in doing anything, chime in. But and Andrea, I know Andrea better than that. That she
Right.
was a person we've met already
Yeah.
in the past. So I'm
Once.
pursuing the conversation more with Andrea.
Andrea.
What?
Andrea.
Andrea. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But I really don't. My problem is, I just don't have time to do a lot of extra things.
Okay.
The reason I was going to come earlier tonight to talk to you about this, but I ended up having to work on my day off because I needed, it's just, and I work 5 days a week regularly, sometimes more. It's just, if gentrification hadn't happened in Jamaica Plain, I still live here, but I'm a renter, and I've been hanging on for years. So I just don't have a lot of, time to,
Yeah.
I only have a day off, really.
Work is the curse of the revolutionary person.
It is, I know, but that's why I was thinking, just trying to think of ideas, and, I definitely want it. Do you give out a leaflet for every person that signs? Do you hand them a leaflet?
What we do is we give the Q&A pamphlet.
Yeah, that's what I mean, these?
Yeah.
But to everyone that signs after they sign? Or?
Yeah, but just people who sign,
Yes.
once in a while someone who doesn't, but
It's phrased to people who
yeah,
sign,
it
so-
says
Yeah,
for people who
Right.
signed, yeah.
right, which is good, because then they can tell people about it, and they don't have to remember what,
Right.
and they can go to the website.
And it
so
has
on.
this, I believe, in the back. It's small print, but it's there.
Right.
And we'll give
Can
you
I-
those
So I
too.
wanted to know, I want to continue at church next week, and I got the dozen signatures, but, I didn't go last week, but I wanted to have, it was kind of awkward, because I showed them this, I had the one pamphlet, and I would just show it to them, and,
Well, take whatever you want.
so, yeah, is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
I sent an email, and I don't know, it's just take
Yeah,
half.
take
Is that-
whatever you want.
How many are these? I just want to have enough to at least fill this up.
Mhm.
3, 6, 9. I'll take another dozen.
I'll have more free time soon, and be able to do campuses.
Yeah, I was talking, I forget who it was.
Just like 2 weeks,
Someone
and I'll
said
have-
that Northeastern might be one of the best
Oh.
places to go to because, it's working class student body.
And it's
so forth.
right in the city, yeah.
Yeah, so we might be able to just go on campus and do it, if they
Yeah, I mean, it also has a lot of sidewalk that's
Yeah.
integral to
That's
its
right. People
campus,
are-
so,
the-
yeah.
The MBT, the
Yeah.
subway.
So when you do this, do you always bring the backdrop and everything, or do you just do it sometimes just with,
We've done it lots of different ways, and we've sort of, it's like an evolution, right? We started out with just this, and holding
Not
it.
even just that, just a piece
and
of
so
paper,
forth.
actually. Don't
Okay.
And then we decided, we got an A-frame, metal A-frame,
Oh.
so that we have this, I believe, on both sides, right?
uh-huh,
And for a long time, we used that, but it's heavy, and you gotta lug it.
oh, right.
It's not, the best. Then we decided to make a banner, and so, we got this, and we discovered to our pleasant surprise that it's possible to tape it even to the smooth brick at the Stop and Shop on Western Avenue in Brighton.
And they don't mind if you tape something to the wall?
No, we've asked permission and so forth, and it's also, there's glass that we can tape it to in front of the Stop and Shop in Jamaica Plain.
Oh, wow.
So we tape it up, and, we use it, we point to it and so forth, and,
That's nice.
we're gonna get another banner.
It's very effective.
It's gonna have more signatures, and it's gonna, instead of having, it's gonna have this on the left and the right, because what we discovered is that when people are coming in and the entrance and the outrance of the store, one's on one side, one's on the other. If you're on one side, you can't see the other side, so
Oh, right.
we're gonna, it's something to point to.
Gotcha. Well, it's a big
And
logo.
who knows what we'll stumble on, in the future, but, the main thing is that, you wanna hear how the exponential distribution comes into play?
Sure.
You're a student,